Today's lesson is on statistical measures. This is digit 16.1. Make sure that you follow along with your notes as we go through the video, filling in each blank and completing each guided practice problem. We're going to begin our lesson by reviewing mean. The mean of a set of data values is the sum of the data divided by the numbers of the data values. So here in our set, we have -5, -1, 3, 6, 8, 8, and 9. When we add these numbers together, that gives us 28. We then determine the number of data values in our set. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. So 7 is the number of data values that we divide by. 28 divided by 7 is 4. So 4 is the mean of our data. Next, we're going to talk about median. What is the median of a set of data? For an odd number of data values, the median is the middle value when the data values are arranged in numerical order. For an even number of data values, the median is the average of the two middle items when the data values are arranged in numerical order. So as you can see with our first data set, we have -5, -1, 3, 6, 8, 8, and 9. This is an odd data set, so we have one middle number, which is 6. For our second data set, we now have an even set of numbers. We have -5, -1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. Our two middle numbers are 6 and 7. If we add 6 plus 7, we get 13, and 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. So 6.5 would be our median. All right, let's look at our first example using median and mean. At Yellowstone National Park, Data Girl and Misadventure watch Jewel Geyser erupt. Data Girl records the time intervals between eruptions. So the first thing we need to do is determine what time intervals we have on our number line. We're going from 5 to 10, so that means these are in intervals of 1. So this will be 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then we're first going to list our data values. So in between of 5 and 6, we have 4.5. That's our smallest number. Then we have 6. We have 2 7s, so we list it twice. And 8. In between 8 and 9, we have 8.5. And then we have 2 10s. The first thing that they ask us to find is our mean. So we're going to add these numbers together. So we have 4.5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 7 plus 8 plus 8.5 plus 10 plus 10. When we add these values together, we get 5 and 5 is 10. And we add all of our numbers together, that gives us a total of 61. So 61 is our total. We have 8 numbers in our data set. So we're going to divide 61 by 8. And that gives us 7.625. So that is our mean, 7,625,000. Next, we're going to find our median, which is our middle number. As we said before, this is an even set of data, so we have 2 middle numbers. Our 2 middle numbers would be 7 and 8. So we can add 7 plus 8 gives us 15. Divide by 2. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So our median is 7.5. Letter B, Using the measures of center, what inference can you make about how often Jewel Geyser erupts? Well, our mean is 7.625 and our median is 7.5. So we can infer, based on our data, that Jewel Geyser erupts about every 7.5 minutes. Alright, pause the video and try this problem on your own. You will find it in your notes. Alright, the mean height of the geyser eruption should have been 31. If you add, you would have gotten 189 divided by the 9 numbers in our set equals 31. Alright, let's talk about range. What is the range of a set of data? The range of a set of data is the difference between the greatest and least values. In our data set, ordered from least to greatest, we have -5, -1, 4, 7, 8, 8, and 11. 11 is our maximum value. -5 is our minimum value. So that is 11 minus -5. Remember to subtract integers, we add the opposite sign. So that becomes 11 plus 5, which is 16. All right, now we're going to look at measures of variability. How can I find the quartiles of a set of data? The quartiles of a set of data divide the data set into 4 parts with the same number of data values in each part. Each quartile is 25% of our data. So here we have our data set of -5, -1, 4, 7, 8, 8, 11. We begin with finding our second quartile, which is our median or middle number. That divides our data into 2 parts. We have our lower half of the data, and we have our upper half of the data. With our lower half of the data, to find our first quartile, we find the median of the lower half. To find the third quartile, we find the median or middle number of the upper half. How can I find the interquartile range of a set of data? The interquartile range, which is also called IQR, is the difference between the first and third quartiles of the data set. It represents the spread of the middle 50% of the data values. So to find our interquartile range, after we have found our first and third quartiles, we subtract them. So our third quartile is 8, our first quartile is 1. We're going to add the opposite sign because we are subtracting integers. So -8 minus -1 becomes 8 plus 1, which is 9. So our interquartile range, or IQR, for this set of data would be 9. All right, let's try this one together. We're going to find the measures of variation for the set of data. This is the number of minutes spent bike riding. The first thing we're going to do is order our data from least to greatest. Our smallest number is 35. Then we have 80, 100, 110. We have 2 120s, 170, and 180. To find our median, we're going to find our middle number. We have an even set of data, so we're going to find our 2 middle numbers, which are 110 and 120. The median, or Q2, is located here. We can add 110 plus 120 and divide by 2, and that's going to give us a median of 15. So Q2, our median, is 15. Now we have divided our data set into two parts. We're going to begin by looking at the lower half of our data, which includes these four numbers. To find Q1, we find the median of the lower half of data. Our two middle numbers are 80 and 100. This gives us Q1. 80 plus 100 divided by 2 gives us 90. So 90 is our Q1. 120, 120, 170, and 170 are our upper half of data. We have two middle numbers here. So we have 120 and 170. To find our middle number for Q3, we're going to add 120 plus 170, divide that number by 2, and that's going to give us 145 as being Q3. To find our interquartile range, we subtract Q1 from Q3. Q3 was 145 minus Q1, which was 90. And that leaves us with 55, which would be our interquartile range. Our range is the difference between our highest and lowest number. Our highest number is 180 minus our lowest number, which is 35. 180 minus 35 is 145, so that would be our range. Pause the video and answer this practice question on your own. All right, you should have gotten a median of 15. Q1 is 8. Q3, 20. Your interquartile range should be 12, and your range should be 18. All right, let's talk about a box plot. What is a box plot? A box plot is a statistical graph that shows the distribution of a data set by marking 5 boundary points where data occur along a number line. Unlike a dot plot or a histogram, a box plot does not show frequency. So as you can see here, we plot our median or our middle number in the middle of our data. So in this case, it's 3. Then we have our Q3, which in this case is 5. And we have our Q1, in this case is 0. These three numbers together create our box. Our whiskers include our minimum and our maximum values. All right, let's look at this example together. Miss Adventure and Data Girl are visiting different hot springs in Yellowstone. Data Girl makes a box plot of the temperature she records. Find the range and interquartile range of the temperatures. We're going to start by finding range. Remember, range is the difference between your maximum and your minimum. My maximum value is listed here. It's a little above 200, so we could say 201 is our maximum. And our minimum value is here in the middle of 140 and 150, which would be 145. When we subtract 201 minus 145, that gives us a range of 56. Now let's look at our interquartile range. Interquartile range is the difference between Q3 and Q1. Q3 is here, which is about 189.